Hey out there, legal warriors. Have you ever wondered how lawyers decide what type of cases to take? Have you ever had a hard time getting a lawyer to take a case, or a friend of yours has had a hard time with that? Well, there's some tips and tricks about how to position yourself to be a better possible client and be more likely that the lawyer you want will actually want you back. So if this is interesting to you, this area of the law has some interest, stay tuned. This is the video for you. My name is Attorney Lance Fryrear. I'm a defense attorney in Lynnwood, Washington. My law firm's been defending people charged with crimes for more than 20 years, and I'm putting out these videos to help educate the public. So if you find this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people will get the help they need. Now I'm just going to jump right into it. Us lawyers out in the world that are private lawyers, especially the ones that are, more in demand, we get to pick and choose what clients we work with. And it may not seem fair, but we're just people, and a client that seems easier to work with or is more clear about their needs, the more likely we're able to decide that we might be a good choice to meet those needs. Because let's face it, we don't want to take a case where we don't think we're able to help. And little secret is we'd prefer not to take the case if the client looks like they're going to be a difficult client or a bad client. In other words, a non-A client. Us lawyers out there are much more happy if we can take clients where we have a better fit, where we'll be happier and the client will be happier too. So what are some tips and tricks that you can do to improve your chances of a lawyer agreeing to take your case? Well, I think the first thing you need to remember is you need to be able to be clear about what type of case you have. We get lots of calls with people who are not sure what type of case they have, and the more time that we have to put into sort of digging out what the fact pattern is and what the situation is, the more tiring that is, and the less likely an attorney is going to be able to help you. And let's face it, you're probably not going to be talking to an attorney right away. You're probably talking to a lead intake person, a receptionist, and they're going to have different levels of ability to ferret out what your needs are. And that message that may or may not get to the attorney, if it's less clear, they're more likely to pass it up, and that's going to be very frustrating for you. So the first thing is try to be very clear about what it is you need. For a criminal case, it might be, hey law firm, I actually got arrested for a DUI on a certain date at a certain location, and I have a court date or I don't, right? For a family law case, hey, I'm not exactly sure what I need, but I want to try to get more visitation time or more custody of my child. And yes, there's a parenting plan, or no, there's not. Have those details down and try to get them out quickly, because that's going to help the intake person decide whether or not that this is the type of case that they typically take, or this is the type of case that they have capacity for, right? Because those are all things that a good lawyer is going to consider. Can I do this case? Do I have capacity to do this case? And what do I think the chances are of being successful and having a happy client? So the first thing is know what you're asking for. The second thing, and I sort of got to it in that last part, is where matters, okay? Us lawyers, most of the time, have to go to court. And so it's important that if you want a lawyer to take your case, you're trying to find a lawyer that likely practices in a 2 or 3 county area of where your problem is. Like if we get calls all the time for cases out in Spokane, I'm in Lynnwood, well, it's going to be cost prohibitive and time prohibitive for a firm like mine in Lynnwood to go out to Spokane. So know where your problem is, right? Sometimes we get calls and the potential clients don't know where the problem is, and we're spending a lot of time trying to figure that out, and that's frustrating. And if staff gets frustrated, they're less likely to take the case, right? So know where the problem is. Hey, it's in King County, it's in Snohomish County, it's in Seattle, whatever it is, get that out there quick and try to know where your problem is so that firm can quickly decide, are you a good candidate for them? I think the third thing you want to try to do to be an A client is to just tell them, right? And that's a little secret, right? Hey, I know that your firm is busy and you're a very good firm. I want to let you know that I'm going to do whatever I can to be the best client you've ever had, right? I'm going to try to communicate how you want. I'm going to get you what you want when you need it. And, I'm going to be a good partner with you to help us get a good result. Us attorneys want to get good results, right? Part of the reason that we're lawyers is to help people, and the outcome matters. Not only does it matter to you, but it matters to us as well. So when we hear a client say, hey, we want to do everything that you need us to do to get a good outcome, man, I want to run towards that case, right? I want that case, because it's so frustrating as an attorney to have a client that doesn't listen to you, that doesn't, doesn't do what you ask of them, doesn't do things timely, or doesn't communicate with you, right? And so that's number 4, communication, right? The 4th thing you need to do to be a good client is to, show up when you're supposed to, right? If you've got an interview with a law firm and you're interviewing them, but guess what? They're interviewing you too, okay? Be on time. Fill out the forms they want you to fill out, right? We have intake forms that we send people to fill out, and sometimes they don't get filled out. And I'll tell you, I think about that if I offer to take that case, because we don't offer to take the majority of cases that even sit down with us, right? So, if there's something they've asked you to do, do it, because that's going to make you look better to them, right? Because again, you are choosing the firm, but the firm is also choosing you, or the lawyer, right? So, be timely with what you need to get done. And I think the 5th thing that you can do that would really impress a lawyer is say, hey, what type of communication do you expect from me? And what type of communication as the potential client is okay with you, right? Is it okay if I call you after hours, or is that not okay? Is it okay to communicate by text message or not, right? If you can show, in your time of crisis, that you actually are also, trying to look out for how you can help this attorney or this law firm you're trusting with a very important life issue, that's going to be much more likely that firm wants to work with you, right? So it's about taking into account that you're not the only case out there, and that us lawyers get to choose who we work with, at least if we're any good, and a lot of people are wanting us to work with them. And so you can definitely rely on a lawyer, hopefully, to be considerate to you and things like that. But the more you can show that you're going to be a reasonable and cooperative person in working on your case, the more likely is that law firm is going to take your case. So I hope you found this useful. It's a little bit of looking behind the scenes. If you did, please like and please subscribe. More people get the help they need. And hey, if you've got a legal problem, criminal protection order, something like that, feel free to give my office a call. We've been doing this for more than 20 years, and hopefully these tips will help, help you be an A client, but we'll be able to listen to what happened, identify a way forward, and we will be there for you. Thank you.